start here. Good evening, teacher and everyone. My name is Thieu and I am from Group 9. And today we are going to a presentation related to business and economic in the chapter 14. So we have five members. We will describe about business and economics in order to make you familiar with that. So next slide, please. Okay, I would like you to see my contents. So after this presentation, so you will able to know about the vocabulary that related to business situation. And another one is speaking. Speaking is we will describe and interview you how to running the business or related to build your own businesses. And another one is reading. Reading is about the topic launching all the way from the banks. And the last one is grammars. You will be able to know about the related clause. So next slide, please. Okay, here vocabulary section. I will explain you from 1 to 12. In each number, I will explain you the vocabularies. So number 1 is inundate, or we call fraud. It is have the same meanings. They mean to give or spend somebody so many things that they cannot deal with them at all. So that means the work or job that provide you much more that you cannot afford with that. So we call it inundate or floods. And number 2 is relocating or moving. It means to move somebody or something to the new place. That means you need to move from one place to one place. For example, you need to move your shop or your store from one place to another. That is we call relocating. Then that means you find the new places. And one more thing is rents in number 2. In rents is a payment for property. That means you need to pay something or get something. You need to pay by months or by year. That means we call rents. And another one is overhead. Overhead that means total cost. That means a sum of the cost that you buy something or you need to you purchase something. That means overheads. And number 3 is upturn. Upturn that means increase. You need to increase the amount of sale. You need to increase something. That means we call upturn. And another one is decline. Decline means decrease. This word is deposit. Decline, decrease something, decrease amount of sale, decrease the cost or something else. And number 4, sold by and best, a loyal customer. Is the regular customer that a business has. That means the customer that regular buy your product every month or every day or every year. That means they purchase regularly with your products. And number 5 is layoff. Layoff that means to make redundant. That means you don't need anymore. You need to lay off your staff or you need to lay off something. That means you don't need it anymore. Also employees.
Layoff is very important.
Yes. And another one is employ. Employ that means to take on. You need to employ the staff. You need to recruit or something else. That means we call employees. To take someone to work in your companies. And number 6 is flooding or launching. That means events to celebrate or introduce something new. That means you open or launching your new store or your new shop. That means launching or flooding. And number 7 is pick up or get better. It have the same meaning because the ways to increase or improve something. You need to improve or increase your sale amount, or you need to improve your the total of the product, and end up going under. That means go out of business. And another one is cut back. Cut back, that means have to save money because Alamo go out of business. That means cut back something, cut back the cost that you spend every month with the service or inventory. That means you cut back to sell something or monies because your company Alamo closed, or Alamo it's closed. Eight is hanging in or surviving. That means continuing to live or to keep going. We also have hanging in or surviving because our situation is bad. We need to try to do something. And number nine is diversify. That means to add more variety too. That means you add more category or more products into your store or your mart. That means diversifies. And another one is consolidate. That means to make stronger. And number 10 is take on staff. That means to recruit or employ more staff. Someone for a job. That means provide him or recruit him for work in your companies. We call take on staff. Make a staff redundant. The man, you see the state of being not or no longer needs staff. That means you try to cut off the staff or don't need the staff anymore, or don't recruit staff more because your company is enough staff for work. And 11 is downturn or drop. It have the same meaning. The fall in the amount. That means you downturn the amount of sale. You downturn the something that you send from month to month. That means decrease something that decrease by month or years. And number 12 is terminating. That means to ending or stop. Or another one we call you stop someone from work or stop purchase something. That means we call terminating. Pitching for. That means bidding for offering for particular price for something. That means you need to find a new product or find a new suppliers. That means pitching for. And next slide, please.
Get a move on, please.
Yes. This is I will explain you the word in the box. Number one, I choose a new product. A new product that is an item or category of item that you not yet have. So we call a new product. And you need to order because of needed of customer. And another one is an industrial dispute. That means disagreements between a company or management, between management or employee that come to work but have an unexpected or have a condition of work that they don't want to work. So we call industrial dispute. And number 3 is take over. Take over is an action that another company get control in your company because of they buying your share or your shareholder. And number 4 is cutting costs. Cutting costs, it means you need to decrease some amount of money that spent by service or by purchasing something to your company. So that means you need to cutting cost because your profit is not good. Sale here we refer to the item or product that we sold every year or every month. We call sales. And also get back the monies. And business tax for, you can say, VAT. Business tax here is the amount of money that you need to spend to the government by months, by year, because of costing that you purchase. It include VAT or what. So that's all for vocabulary here. And let's move to the next group, next member.
Okay. Good evening, teacher. Today I would like to present about my part is speaking. So in speaking part, we had two members.
Unmute here.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking part 1. Okay. Discuss question all together. So yeah, we have 3 questions. So question number 1, do anyone runs their own business? What kind? How big is it? And how is it doing at the moment? Number 2, how do you like the idea of running your own business? Why and why not? Number 3, how good at business would you be? Give yourself a mark from 1 to 10 for each of the 4 things. So number 1, self not, and number 2, absolutely useless, and why? So here we have only 9, but I will put one more in my answer. So let's move sister, can you move the page? Okay. So here is my answer. It is my opinion. Number 1, yes, I know he is an uncle. He has his own pig farm place, and he has thousands of pigs. He can earn a lot of money every time when he catch all his pig and sell it. Now he tries to increase his business to be bigger and bigger. And my answer number 2, yes, I do. I really like the idea of running my own business because I can find freedom to build something, right? Do things better, to make money by myself. I will learn new skills. I might lower my taxes. I could create job and I can follow my passion. And my answer number 3, a good at business idea is number 1 is not. It means the most important when you run your own business. And number 10, absolutely useless. It means the less important. Okay, and the first one that I choose is developing and implementing a business plan. The reason when you have a clear business plan is very important to start a successful business and it will not fail. And number 2 that I choose is raising startup fund. My reason is after having plan, we need to have enough money for build the business or support the business plan if we want it to run well. And number 3, I choose providing leadership. Okay, when we have enough money to build a business, and we need a person that have responsible for working and love their work or business. And number 2 is building team morale. After we have a good leadership, we need to build a good team that can help to resolve and find the best way to develop their work. And about number 5 is protecting and managing your cash flow. We have a good teamwork, but we have to manage cash flow for our business is very clear. If we have problem customer or business partner and try to build networking in the business. And number six is accepting and taking risks. Ever thought we have good process of but we need to get the accepting and taking risks that we will need next time and all the business always have success well. Number eight is dealing with stress and long working hour. All the work always has problems, so we need the way to resolve it, and we must be build ourselves in bigger than problem after that. Try to work all our best. And number nine is hiring and firing. So for hiring and firing staff, we can do it after our business run because when the business run well, we need more staff to have. But if the business has the problem, we need to cut down the staff and keep the staff that have capacity, so we can cut down paying. Yeah. And the last one is employee working and also employee. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. So in this, I want you to look at the problem connected to paying below, then discuss improve equation that follow. So here we have eight point or eight problems connected to the bank. So the first one is a cash machine has eaten your card. Number two, you are unable to open a bank account. Number three, money has left your account without your authorization. Four, your bank has overcharged you on your overdraft. Number five, extra money has somehow been added to your account. Number six, you have defaulted on your mortgage or loan payment. Number seven, your bank has gone out of business. Number eight, every time you try to call your bank, you get put on hold. You get put on hold. And when you do get through it to a machine. So in here we have four questions. So which problem do you think are the most and less? Why? And the second question, what do you think could be the cause of each problem? The third question, what would you do in each situation? Four, you ever had any of these problems? So let's move to the slide with study of you. Okay, so my answer number one is the problem that I think are the most serious is number five. Number five is money has left your account without authorization. And the last really is number one. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Zaifu. I think you can give the floor to your friend because this is just your own opinions. Just let your friend understand what are the main case happening to the bank. That's enough. Yeah, thank you. Will you please give the floor to your friend, please?
Janicha, this is my part 3 speaking. Letter A, read the comment below. A fake customer I bond the bond culture and release the purchase of the third term. Again, it is a total irresponsibly to what a banker the side of scan some of the money for the taking risk that actually jeopardize the interest of their shareholder and the long term the hearts of the bank themselves. But the upscan mean upscan are very high and unfair, and jeopardize mean put at risk. And true, there are the obviously many reasons why bank offers to ignore the roles we play. The anyone who has spent money they didn't have, and congrats by the sharing half price. A lack of not lending and sedative and advertising. Also be a share of the responsibility. Be a share of the main carries part of the blame. And Chicago Red, banking is the legitimized fit. They offer 2% interest when you have money in bank, and yet charge anything from the 8% and 2% and 20% when you have to borrow from them. It is the daylight robbery, and it is a 7 of us. If you go over your limit, you are charged for the debt, and then they try to inform you have the first you have as that your rank of fight got, and charge for a letter as well. Legitimate mean map to Sam the legal, and they lie a robbery mean spelling in an open and assertive way, and assertive mean good gone over. Indian band have the run of my life. They have been so skilled to lend me money. I wouldn't be in the hole I'm in today. They threw credit at me. I used to get endless a letter from the different band asking me I'd like to take out of loan or got you credit card, and of course in the end I got to the point where I just gave in the team function. Through in mean this offer on a very easy term. Drop the debt. The big Western brand make a killing by the lending the money to poorer countries is the maybe legal, but it is also the least in normal, and we have another got in the situation where the many country and spend so much the servicing that they are no longer about to invest in the hill card education and so on. Let's say stop the wincing and grow up. Next to my slide. And part 3, B. B discuss what to sing the word in the back blues mean in the context they are in. Answers: number 1, Afghan are very high and unfair. Number 2, the jeopardize put at risk. Number 3, life not a very controlled. Number 4, sedative lending and temptation. Number 5, be a share of carry part of the blame. Number 6, legitimize back in the same illegal. Number 7, they lie a robbery spelling in the unopen subtle way. Number 8, accident the gun over. Number 9, the whole the back situation. Number 10, through offers on a very easy term. 11, stealing a half of profit. Severing paying to interest on. Yes, not true, my friend.
We start with my reading part, laughing all the way from the bank.
Fanny, can you turn on the camera? I think your internet seems to be good.
I have turned on my camera. Teacher, do you see me? Hello, teacher.
Oh, I have opened my camera too. But, oh.
See, turn on already, teacher. Why you don't see?
Hello, teacher.
You do not, yeah, okay, yeah, fine, yeah. Okay, go ahead, yes. Funny, yeah. Okay, move to the reading part, yeah.
We start with I will summarize it to be short. Based on I reading, the bank have provided loan to the neighborhood to buy the new car or start their own business. After that, the bank also change much their process to the regulation, allow them to expand, and as the extremely less rain, the new service during in 1980th century. Later on, no longer community mine, because of the because the profits become the most important for them. So after that, the banks no longer the public service, and then but the taxpayer has to bail them out. Start with section A is related to the question which I will take. The first one is what do you think the titles mean? Based on I reading and based on my understanding, first time that I saw this title, it seems like to have someone's laugh at the process of the working at the bank. And the second one was seem to have prompted this body in entry. Sorry, một vài slide. Like I highlight the red one, the new that National Bank is on the brink of the bankruptcy and may now need to be built out. Let's start with the third question. How does the writer feel about this new and why? Based on this text, I feel I thought the writer feel angry because of the bank change much their process. And then the fourth question, why do you think the writer mentioned each of the things below, like her parent relationship with the bank manager, the 1980th century, the pension and life insurance, the 30 million pound profit the British bank made and taxpayer because of the different thing begin to change of the regulation, allow them expand and as it
seemingly and rank of the new service despite this hedge profit, and they are still going bankruptcy. The taxpayer money will be used to bail them out. And the B section is complete the sentence with the noun from the blog. The first one, the new website is really asset to, we choose the word asset from the our text to the business. Second one, throughout the 19th century, the economy went through a period of extraordinary instability. And third one, the bank made a huge profit last year. Fourth, the new model is the completely different beast to the old one, faster, much more empowered. 5. Hundreds of the small firms are facing bankruptcy due to soaring inflation, a weak currency. 6. The National Airline needed a government bailout to prevent bankruptcy. My point is finished. Let's start with my team member. Bong Trần Nam.
Okay, Trần Nam, are you there? Hello, Trần Nam, are you there? Trần Nam, okay. Hello, Trần Nam.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, let's start please. No hello, but you can start now.
Yes, the last section is about grammar, and over here the grammar is about relative clause. Next, please. Here there are two types of relative clause. It's defining and non-defining relative clause. Defining relative clause identify who or what we are talking about, and is essential part of the meaning of the sentence. And non-defining relative clause add extra non-essential information, and it always follow a comma and more common on written. Like this. Now we would like to talk about defining relative clause. Defining relative clause appears after a noun, and it is essential in the sentence with the meaning. So I have bold the word noun as essential is the main bit of the definition of defining the relative clause. And no commas are needed at the beginning or end of the relative clause. When we want to talk about information about a person, we use who was that. For example, it's nice to meet someone who says what they think or that says what they think. So who or that says what they think modified to someone is a person. And when we want to talk about thing, we use which or that. For example, the first, the banking crisis, which led to the bankruptcy, or that led to the bankruptcy. So which or that led to the bankruptcy is the defining relative clause modified to the banking crisis, which is the thing. And when we use where or that plus a preposition, it means we want to talk about the place, yes, to modify the place. For example, Peru is the country where we doing most business. Another one, Peru is the country that we do most business in. So over here, where we doing business and that we do in most business in is the defining relative clause modified to the country. And when we use when or that, it is to talk about time. The 90s was a time when house price rocket. So when house price rocket modified to time. There were years that I look back on very fondly. That I look back on very fondly is the clause that modifies here. Next slide, please. Yes, now we still continue to defining relative clause. Relative pronoun is intended to use in defining relative clause if it is the object of the clause that follows. For example, can I talk to the person that I spoke to earlier, please? So over here, the word that is the object of the clause, and we can omit it. In this case, noun that follows the relative pronoun is the object of. Now we move on. Where the relative pronoun is subject of the clause, we don't add another subject pronoun. For instance, the local branch is simply a tiny part of the beast. A beast that is fed off your heart on case. So the defining relative clause is that it fed off your heart on case, and we need to remove the word it because it's another subject noun. Yes, we move on to another point is prepositions. In defining relative clause, usually go at the end of the clause, except in formal text. For instance, the person I wrote to last time told me to contact you. So the person I wrote to last time is the clause, and the word to over here is the preposition, and yes, it go at the end of the clause. And another one, the person to whom our subsequent correspondence to be addressed is Mr. James Mason. So the person to whom our subsequent correspondence to be addressed is the clause. Yes. And the preposition is to and is in the beginning of the clause. So as we call it formal text that we accept it. Yes. Next slide, please. Now we move on to non-defining relative clause. Non-defining relative clause adds extra information but could be removed from a sentence without disturbing the meaning. Yes, the word extra information and remove is the main point of the definition of non-defining relative clause. So it's starting with words like which, most of which, by which, time, where, when, who, and etc. And we cannot use that in this clause. For example, our cash flow situation worsened, which caused serious problems. We wait a full 6 months for one major payment, by which point or by which time we were almost bankrupt. So over here we don't use the word that. We replace it with which, by which point or by which time. Another one, some abstract nouns often occur with clause introduced by where, when, why, or as part of prepositional phrase with which. For example, it was a situation where we lost touch of our basic goals. So, situation is the abstract noun occur with the clause in which where we lost touch of our basic goals. And another instance is the way in which the situation could change our number. Yes, in which the situation could change is the part of prepositional phrase. And the abstract noun over here is the situation. Yes, let's move to the next slide. Yes, we have some exercise for the exercise 1. Rewrite each of the pairs of sentence below as one sentence. Start each sentence with the underlined word. You will need to leave some words out.
Okay, thank you so much. And it's too long for us to spend it. Sorry, because in time's up. Okay. Thank you. I think for exercise, I mean, maybe your friend can practice at home. Okay, by seeing the lesson presented here and some slide. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. Okay. We still have 2 more groups, so the next 2 groups have to prepare yourself for next week. So please, okay, next week we have another 2 groups because this week we got 3 groups. Sorry for that, everyone, and I hope that next week we might have time to review, okay, on the area that we're gonna take the final exams. So please be ready for that. And who are the 2 groups gonna complete our course next week? We have Kong Suwannani, Sai Patana, In Kong, yeah. Anuwa, and then group 11, Songha, Lee Ratana, okay? So these 2 groups gonna prepare the lesson for next week. And the rest of that, we're gonna discuss some particular item which you're gonna take for your final. That's it. Any comment before you leave, everyone? Hello? No, that's not bad.
No, teacher.
Okay. Majority of you here now turn off your camera. Yeah. Is it because of the internet? Is it a bit slow? Not slow. Okay. Okay. Any comment, any question, everyone, before we leave?
No, teacher.
Yeah, you can practice more and read more the rest of the lesson. I think you better practice. And with the glossary books which I sent to you guys, you can practice and read more on that because those are the glossary vocabulary gonna help you to learn and build up more your high frequency words. Because when you often high frequency word, it's gonna help you to read the reading easily. Even newspaper, even fiction or non-fiction or authentic material. Because somehow when you read the educational material design is easy, but when you go to the authentic material, sometimes you find it really hard because you have never exposed yourself to that. And I believe that this course will be really important. Since we don't have much time to focus because there are many units that the reason I assigned you to prepare for that, and the reason that you can read more on the glossary. Okay, so thank you so much for coming today. I have captured your name already of your presentations. So I will record this attendance for today. And next week is the last week, week 15, and then we have another week for final. So you're gonna spend 30 minutes for your final, okay? So another important thing is that you need to complete your individual assignment. Very important, please. Keep writing, okay? Practice. Do not plagiarize any source be careful if you plagiarize, you automatically fail from the course. That's it. Thank you so much, everyone.
Excuse me, teacher, I just had the armor is only for
Goodbye, teacher.
the
Yeah, bye-bye.
See you, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Goodbye, teacher.
Yeah, bye. Thank you, teacher.
Bye, teacher.